Alright, so look, man. Now I've been making these Lake Lanier videos for the last 2 or 3 months or so. If you're not familiar with Lake Lanier, run down here. So over in Georgia, the biggest lake in the entire state is actually man-made. And that lake, well, it's called Lake Lanier. It was built in the 1950s. And the lake itself, it was actually built on top of a city. Well, 3 cities. So still to this day, if you go to the bottom of the lake, you can see certain infrastructures of a city. Bridges are still under there. Certain fragments from standing buildings. They got a racetrack down there. Like there was an entire community underneath where this lake now resides. In more particular, it was a striving black community. Oscarville was a black community full of carpenters, locksmiths, bricklayers, farmers. They had it all. But one day a 19-year-old white woman was found dead, and she was allegedly R-word as well. This was in the woods right outside of Oscarville. So that same night, a group called the Night Riders, basically white racist people, they went and brought chaos to Oscarville, murdering people, setting churches on fire, all in retaliation of what they believe someone in Oscarville did to that white girl. But to fast forward the story here, the government came in and decided to build a lake out of Oscarville and 2 other small towns nearby. Now, since the creation of this man-made lake, over 500 people have died there. Not at the lake, like literally inside of the lake. Whether there's been a boating incident or they just drowned to death. Now, aside from the 500 plus deaths, hundreds of people have been rescued, and 27 people, their body has literally never been recovered at all. This lake just has a strange, eerie feel about it. And I gave you that backstory of Oscarville because some people say that this lake is actually haunted by the people of Oscarville. Because again, you got to think about it. Hundreds of people was allegedly murdered. Not only murdered, but murdered in the worst way. And you basically built a man-made lake on top of all of these bodies, all of these spirits, all of these souls. It's like going to a graveyard. You know that feeling you get when you're like in a graveyard? That's the feeling you get at Lake Lanier. Just because you know the history of the town that the lake is actually built on top of. I mean, think about it. It's like choosing to build a new house on top of a graveyard. But me personally, I don't know if it's haunted or not. Definitely creepy. But haunted, I don't know for a fact. But given the fact of Oscarville and also knowing that this lake was built on top of a ancient Indian burial ground as well, oh, they can have that. I'm good. But nonetheless, Boosie, he actually spoke about the lake. And that's mainly why I'm making this video. This is what he had to say about it. At this point, whoever goes to Lake Lanier is insane. Rest in peace. It's evil. Every year people die over and over. It's over a black town where people were pushed out for whites to live. Also, it was made over a huge graveyard in the 1950s. I'm tired of seeing people die here. That lake is haunted. And this was in response to a post about a 23-year-old man named Edgar Martinez dying while swimming in Lake Lanier. That was just over this past weekend. He went under the water and he never resurfaced. And that's the story for most of these people. They just go in that water and they never come back up. And I will add this as well. That's the 7th person this year that has drowned in Lake Lanier. Again, this is like a party spot. You know, college students, the families, they go there, probably drink, smoke, enjoying life. So not having a sober mind and being inside of that lake, that could be a contributing factor as well. But man, I'm sorry. I'm leaning more towards this place is haunted. I'm good. But that's my thoughts on it. How do you guys feel about it? Drop it in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. I'm gone.